In 2018, we embarked on the journey of a lifetime, living and traveling full-time in our self-converted van.
We're gonna go for it.
Join us as we continue to explore the beauty around us, one adventure at a time.
Today we are in Arizona, and this is the Blackhills Rockhounding area. It's public land maintained by the Bureau of Land Management, and there are more agates here than I have seen anywhere. We've hunted agates for years. This place is very special. If you think that you might be even a little bit interested in rockhounding, or maybe you already are, and you love agates, this is the place to come to. So write this location down. At the end of the video, we'll give you all the details that you'll need to know for rockhounding and for just camping out here. So stay tuned for that. Now, I think I'm gonna spend probably the next 2 days just looking for agates and Rudolph's ball, which he left here and went back to the van. But I'm looking forward to just actually kicking back and enjoying the fresh, clean air and the quietness, and then hunting for rocks. Rudolph, what about your ball? Get your ball. Oh, good boy. Yeah, Rudolph's not too excited because he loves playing in soft dirt, sand, or grass, so his feet have to get readjusted to the rocks. So we're not playing too much ball with him. We're letting his feet toughen up a little bit, but he's still having a good time, aren't you? I would say the main camping area, or at least the most concentrated camping spot, is right here next to the sign. Rudolph, go get your ball. You left your ball. Come on, go get it. We're playing, Rudolph left his ball game, so he has to go back and get it. And there it is. Go get your ball, Rudolph. Go get it. Go find it. Go find your ball. He knows exactly where it is. All right, come on. Oh, good boy. Good boy. He likes this game. This is if I don't throw it to him enough. Good boy. And I'll have to keep an eye on him because he'll drop it. But the biggest concentration, I think, of camping here is probably right at the sign. You got the one little pull-through loop right here, and then you got a few places just up this road, but this road is fairly rough. You're gonna want at least 5-6 inches of clearance, and you're gonna want to stay on the road, because if you drive off the road, some of these rocks are sharp, and they will quickly go through the sidewall of your tire, and you will have a flat tire. This one here got moved by a truck or something. But the best thing you can do is just avoid hitting the sidewall of your tire. It's actually better to run straight over a rock than on the side of it. And go slow. And that's the best way to not get a flat tire or not take it off-road in these places. But somebody took their time to clear this little parking place out, which is pretty nice. There is a lot of airplane noise here during the day. Not every day, but it could be military, and they could have certain days where they do their training more than others. Rudolph loves smelling these bushes, and this is creosote. I love smelling those bushes. They just have a great smell to them. I think in a future video I might showcase them, because there's a lot to learn about creosote, and very interesting plant. And look, see, he left his ball. I'm gonna take it and put it in my pocket. So there's a few more places to camp up here. This does go through and goes back to the same place that we're at. So what are we at, like number 2? This is the 3rd spot, 4th, so maybe 5, 6 places just on this little loop, and then another 5 or 6 places before you get here. Great spot if you have a smaller vehicle with some clearance and good tires. Definitely a lot of privacy and quietness. Oh, this one's really cleared out. This is a good one. Yeah, we would consider taking this spot. Yeah, I do like it. Oh, see, it's just hard to tell. This one's got a fire ring. And whatever you do, don't burn the local brush around here. Some of it can cause health problems. Bring your own wood and make sure you know the fire restrictions. Rudel, come here. There's a bunch of cactus there. Come on. Yep. Good boy. That was a close call. Good boy. That was a close call. All right, come on. I wonder if he smelled another dog. Somebody made a little walking trail there. Yeah, I'm just rambling. Somebody is ready to go outside and play. I bet you can guess who that is. It's Rudel Doodle. All right, so Carrie's busy doing some editing. Rudel and I are gonna go outside. I'm gonna look for agates and he's gonna run around and have a good time, I think. Oh boy. Yep, here you are. Oh, you want your ball. You want that ball. I don't even know where it is, Rudel.
I think it's out there somewhere.
You gotta find it. Okay, so Rudel places his ball around the van, and then it's a game on how to find it. So I'm pretty sure he knows where it's at. But when we're out here today, I'm gonna be looking for some agates. I just kind of wanted to show you what the experience is like. And you don't have to go very far. I mean, as soon as you start looking at the ground, there's agates everywhere. Anything that looks white like this, it's an agate. Maybe not a good one, maybe not one that you're gonna wanna keep, but they are literally everywhere. And if you can't find agates here, you're in the wrong location, because there's probably hundreds in every 5 or 6 square feet. And as a matter of fact, their roads are just kind of pretty much paved with them. And where is Rudel's ball? Where's your ball, Rudel? Oh. You got your ball? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Can I see it? So Rudel's feet are tender, but they're getting better because he's been pretty much a whole week in the desert already. So they're toughening up. I'm still not like throwing his ball like crazy, but he doesn't care how far the ball goes. He just wants to play. So I can just throw the ball 5 feet for him, and he's as happy as can be. But I give it about maybe another month. I think he'll be pretty much ready to run on this kind of terrain here. At least the road, gravelly road stuff, not this really rough stuff out here, but he can certainly walk around in it. All right, let's go look for some agates. One of my biggest tips for agate hunting is go when the sun is shining and not on a cloudy day like this, because well, they're translucent, and when the sun hits them, they light up. So when they're not lighting up, they're definitely harder for me to find. But I'm looking for fire agates. And so they're the ones with red in them, and they're out here, they're all over the place. The key is just finding one that's extra unique. So these are all fire agates, and then of course around them, everywhere you look, are the regular colored agates. And if it was light out right now, this would be lighting up. A little bit more challenging, especially when you're starting to get older and your eyes just aren't as good as they were. But it's still fun to be out here. It's like a little treasure hunt. And there's no shortage. I could just bring a chair and sit down, and I don't have to walk all over the place if I don't want to. I'm out here rock hounding and just happened to come across a desert wild edible. And this is the barrel cactus. I think it's the fish hook barrel cactus, because I can see some of these spines are doing that hook thing. I'm not completely sure, you'll have to let me know. But look on top here, those are edible fruits. And what's pretty cool about the barrel cactus is a lot of cactuses, you know, they bloom in the spring, their fruits are ready to eat in the summer. This one is ready to eat in the winter time. And you can see that a lot of these are still green inside here, but the ones on the outskirts are yellow. So like that one right here, that one might be ready to eat. And what's cool about these fruits is you can actually touch them if you're careful and don't touch the cactus itself. And there's no spines on the fruit. So you could wiggle this back and forth like a loose tooth and pull it right out. And you could eat it raw or cooked. But do make sure you do your own research anytime you're foraging, because like for example, this cactus right here is a protected species. And if you were to dig this up or kill it or remove it, you could get up to $150,000 fine and 25 years in prison. So you just gotta check the state that you're in, see what the regulations are. So the fruit itself, you can actually eat the whole cactus. I mean, you wouldn't want to eat the thick skin, but you could carve all that skin away and eat the interior of this. But the fruit itself is completely edible, and the inside of the fruit is full of black seeds, small black seeds, and those are edible as well, and they're packed full of protein. So that's pretty cool. Right out here in the middle of the desert, a protein source that's, if your timing is good, is pretty accessible. I'm not gonna pull it out of there. So those aren't completely ripe. I do see green around them, even though there is some yellow. These are gonna be about a month away. And there is animals that eat these, and this is the only barrel cactus I see in the area, so I wouldn't harvest this one anyway, because it just needs to have more. So those little black seeds in it that you can eat. Eventually the animals will eat those, like deer or bighorn sheep, and they will spread those seeds all over and you'll get new cactuses. It's a pretty darn cool plant. Happy to see it out here. And just to see something that provides that much food in the middle of winter out in a desert landscape. Pretty neat stuff. Okay, I can hear the heater going. It's in the middle of the day. It's probably 50, maybe 55 degrees out here. Carrie's got the heater going. It's still working. I keep expecting it to die because it's not sounding good. I think we finally have the parts to fix it. Or we have one more part to pick up. And then we can repair the fan and rebuild the burner. There's your ball, Rudel. And then once we have those two parts in hand, we'll need an area where we can spend all day long doing the maintenance to fix it. But I'm pretty happy with the heater. It's lasted, the first time it lasted 2 years and we had to rebuild it, and then this time we're about 1.5 years, close to 2 years again. So if we can get 2 years out of a rebuild that only takes all day to maintain it, I'm okay with that. Looking at the ground, so you are allowed to dig for agates, And you can tell people have been digging out here, and it's a pretty good size hole. And then there's another one over here. Just like when I was gold hunting, and if you have to dig holes, I think it's just a good idea to bury them when you're done and try to make it look as close to the original look that it had. For one, people could easily step into that and twist their ankle or fall or get hurt, and it just looks ugly when there's big holes everywhere. And it doesn't take that much effort. You've already dug the dirt out so it's loose, to fill it back in and level it out, instead of making it look ugly. Days like this just make me want to spend the entire time outside of the van and check out the clouds in the sky. I just find it super entertaining and interesting, and possibly a storm coming in. I'd love to see some rain and smell that sweet, clean smell of the desert after a fresh rainstorm. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but I can at least hope. Great day. So happy that we're here. Look at that. I don't hear any thunder yet. And it always comes back to Rudel, because he's always right behind me with his ball. Just hoping I'm gonna throw it, aren't you? Just hoping I'm gonna throw it. Good boy. Yeah, Mama cut your paws and made it all comfortable to walk. And you're ready to rock and roll now. Good boy. Yeah, oh yeah. Good catch. You're getting a little slow on the return, but I don't think you're 100% yet. Not 100% on those paws. They're a little sore. What is it, Rudel?
I've got a pan full of agates that we found. They've been sitting in vinegar water. And I got some warm water here. I'm gonna work on cleaning them with this brush while I'm watching a Christmas movie. working on a super special project today. It involves these upper cabinets. These cabinets are our food cabinets. We have 2 doors. And in the past, you've probably seen that we had a mountain decal across these cabinets. But today, I want to talk just a little bit about Darren. Darren is one of our patrons who we met in Washington. The first time we met him, he is in a van that he built himself. He opened the door, and Dave and I stopped dead in our tracks because he has the biggest, most beautiful picture, an entire wall of his van. And it's a picture that he took himself. And it drew Dave and I in like a moth to flame. Wouldn't you say, Dave?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's really stunning.
It is. It's really, really stunning. He not only has 1, but he has 2 pictures. Now, you've seen Darren on the channel in Washington. We met him in Florida. And more recently, we met him in Minnesota and South Dakota, where he helped us put the Stormtrooper decals on. And he helped me design this. So today, I have a very special sticker that Darren designed and had made for me that's going to cover both of these doors, and it's one of my own pictures. There we go. Okay, so you're probably asking, out of all the pictures you have, why did you pick this picture? Well, for a couple of reasons. Number 1 is this is a long space, so I needed a panoramic picture. Number 2, I love clouds. Absolutely love white puffy clouds. This picture captures that. And number 3, the color scheme inside the van is blue. I know a lot of you would think that it would be green.
Should be green.
Dave had a choice in the beginning when we picked the tile, and he picked the blue, so we're going with blue. So this is Independence Pass in Colorado. This is like, I think, 13,000 feet. We had a fabulous day here. We hiked all the way over here. So not only is this a beautiful picture, but it's somewhere we've been and we hiked, so it has special meaning. Now, if you are interested in getting a sticker or canvases or maybe a giant wall photo for your van, I would suggest you contact Darren. He will tell you if it's possible or not and give you prices. I will link all of his information in the description below. Now, we could have got fancy and wrapped the photo around the edges and wrapped the photo around the bottom. And Darren did suggest that. But I was like, no, let's just make it simple. We're just going to put it on the outside. We're not going too fancy. And I love it.
My favorite thing about this location is you're surrounded by mountains, and there's just a great view no matter which direction you look. And I think I said that last video too. But also
wait, I thought your favorite thing was agates.
The agates, the rockhounding. It's awesome. This spot is super special.
So Dave and I used to live in Northern California, in Eureka, California, and every chance we got, we would go to Patrick's Point State Park and we would agate hunt. And so the agates to us are a big deal because we would spend hours
just trying to find one.
Yeah. So when you come here and there are literally millions of agates everywhere.
Yeah.
You can't stop picking them up.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, we did better this time and not taking very many of them.
Yeah, but the views, the agates, just the country, it's amazing.
Yeah, super peaceful and quiet. We're about 1.7 miles off Highway 191, so you can't even hear the traffic.
No, you can't. Now, if you could see behind us, you would be able to see, if the clouds weren't covering it, Mount Graham and the city of Safford.
Yep. All right, jumping straight into what you need to know, first of all, about the camping, and then we'll talk a little bit about agate hunting.
Okay.
All right, so camping, this is BLM land. There's a 14-day stay limit. We're 22 miles outside of Safford.
Yep.
And only about 15 miles off of Interstate 70, so it could be a good place to stop if along your travels.
There is a lot to do in this area, so this would be a good spot to home base.
Yes.
Now, there are not a ton of camping spots up here, and it's geared more towards smaller vehicles.
Yeah, I would say do not bring a trailer in here. It's tight. The road is narrow, and the outskirts of the road are stacks of rocks, so turning around could be nearly impossible.
Now, when we did arrive, there was a 20-foot trailer nearby, so it is possible, but you're gonna want to scout it out first.
Yeah.
But mostly it's smaller vehicles.
Yeah, and Carrie's right. There's not a lot of locations to camp. I think I counted a total of 7, and most of those are going to only fit like a 25-foot vehicle. There is a couple of group spots that might work for bigger rigs, but once again, you're taking a risk.
Yeah.
Okay, so amenities. Obviously, this is dry camping. There is nothing here other than what you bring with you.
You will find some fire rings, but you will also be hard-pressed to find anything to burn.
Yeah, and make sure you check the fire regulations as well, because it tends to be dry out here. This is open all year around. And what else we got?
So, like Dave said, there's no amenities. It's just a fire pit. So, no bathrooms, no tables, no shade. So it can be hot here. It's going to be cold tonight. It's going to be 29 degrees Fahrenheit. So we're in the desert. We have those temperature shifts.
Yeah.
We are getting cell.
I'm just gonna say that we're getting T-Mobile and Verizon here. So sometimes it's better than others, but it's working good.
We're getting 2 bars of Verizon LTE and 2 bars of T-Mobile 5G.
Yeah.
So we've been able to stay connected. Safford is a fantastic town of 10,000 people. They have everything you would need.
Yep. Yeah, you won't have to go far for all your supplies.
They have been very good. So we're getting mail in Safford today, and that's why we're leaving. I'll talk about that in another video. But they've been very easy and very helpful in that direction. Let's talk about maybe agates. Yeah,
okay, so for agates, if you come up here, they do allow you to take agates away from this place with you for personal use, and up to 25 pounds a day.
Up 25 pounds a day and up to 250 pounds a year.
Yeah.
And then you can go beyond that if you get a permit.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. They let you to come out here for personal use, and you can dig for the agates, collect the agates, whatever you want to do. No fees, no permits. It's pretty nice.
It's one of my favorite areas.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
It's very peaceful here. Now, we are only 30 miles away from the biggest copper mine in the United States, and that's in the town of Morenci. So we highly suggest, if you're just going to home base here, that is worth a trip. We did that the first year we were on the road, and we were blown away.
I would do that again.
In fact, we couldn't remember where it was until we came back here and we started seeing the copper on the trucks.
Yeah, so if you're driving down the road and you see a flatbed truck with a bunch of flat copper colored steel on it, that's copper.
It's coming from the copper mine, yeah. There is Blackhills Country Byway, which we can see right here. Yeah. The views are supposed to be spectacular. It's like 20 miles, isn't it?
Is that the loop that goes out of here?
I think so, the byway up here.
Oh, okay.
So I believe it's 20 miles, and it will take you kind of up towards Morenci, but it is gravel, and they say it will take you 2 hours, but you should probably plan for 3 to 4 hours. It's very slow going. We only did a couple miles of it. Yeah,
we actually ended up doing 5. We came in both directions just to see if we can do it. And after doing that, we recommend you come in the east entrance that's only a mile and a half in, rather than the
Country byway.
Rather than the country byway western entrance, which is 5 miles in. It was so steep that I don't think we could have turned around and got out if we wanted to.
No, we were able to come down because of gravity, but because we're so heavy,
Yeah.
I don't think we would have been able to make it up it.
Yeah.
So we don't suggest that.
Yeah.
Now, we have seen quail. We know there are javelina here. We saw them last time. We did not see them this time. They do free range cows out here, so you could have some cow neighbors. And you're gonna have visitors because there are a lot of day use people that come out and hunt for agates.
Yeah, just not the last 2 days, but usually there are, but it seems like we've been the only ones. It's been pretty cool.
I know, maybe it's early in the season. I feel like
Maybe
we
it's
have
too
it
cold. I don't
all
know.
to ourselves.
I think that covers it.
That covers it?
Yep.
Merry Christmas from our family to yours.
If you would like to support our channel, please consider becoming a patron.